Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Reptile 101 here with the Nile Monitor. I've done a few care videos, but I figured I'd get more in depth with it. It's in my mouth. That's Celsius, so that's what we're looking at. 82.7, which I think is not very accurate. I don't recommend these at all. They're not that good. Well, this one isn't at least. So I'm gonna go in depth with this cage inside out, and now on to personality in 10 minutes less. So got your heat, smaller watt on the left, so temperature is not the same all over. He's got different places. He wants to be warmer. On this side, he wants to be warm, but not as warm. Go to the lower watt side, which sounds stupid. But you see, the lower watt obviously goes into the smaller dome. Higher watt, bigger dome. So everybody knows that. But UVB in the middle. Oh, he's got heat, UVB, heat, and he's got a heat pad underneath. The reason I did that is I figured to keep the air temperature nice and warm. Like I said, I don't really trust these that much. Feeding dish, I put my eggs and whatever else doesn't crawl around in here. Here's a mister. These things work nice. Another mister, so I can kind of go in there and spray the cage around, do all that fun stuff. This, I don't know how many gallons the terrarium is. I have no idea. I'm using eco-arms bedding. They need humidity, so I figure this one would be good. And it's non-toxic, so it's nice if they swallow it. It doesn't hurt them. He's got his artificial rock hide. He loves this. He's got a hammock up there if he wants to chill up there, which he never does. A little log walkway. Also, he can hide underneath it. He also bask on top of it. Bigger half log right there with a smaller one on top. Kind of give him something to climb around and give him a little obstacle so he doesn't get bored. Water dish, which they poop and pee in it, so it needs to be cleaned frequently. Bunch of different rocks around the water. Keeps the nails filed. They like to climb on it, and it just looks pretty good, I guess. They say for taming, everybody's so convinced that the more you handle them, the better they are about being tamed, and I say that's false. All that does is stress them out. You're handling them when they're completely unwilling to be held. They don't want to be held often. The way you tame a lizard is by trust, and this is when feeding tongs come in. They keep you from getting bit, but they also help build a bond between you and your lizard, whether it be a monitor, tegu, iguana, giant plate lizard, doesn't matter, any lizard, because they may be captive bred, but they're still wild instinct. So with the tongs, it helps you tame them down. It teaches them to come to you when they want to, and not when you want them to. So that's why I like using tongs. Like I said, it keeps you from getting bit, so that's nice. Nile monitors, they don't make good pets if you want to hold. They're a good display animal. They're great display animals, but they're pricey. Them themselves aren't bad, $70. But when you're looking at setup and feeding, it's not cheap. So I recommend, really, really thinking about it before you go in and buy one, because they're affordable at this age and at this size. But once they get big, it gets pretty pricey. So keep that in mind. This cage is about 4 feet long. He's got, room to run around and chill out. He's got different varieties of places you want to go. He can go climb. He can go hide. He can go sit in the water. I try to get him in the bathtub a couple times a week just to let him swim, give him exercise. Like I said, it's important to clean their water daily, sometimes 3-4 times a day, because they poop and they urinate in their water. So you want to keep that clean. Spray the cage. You can do it daily, or you can do it every other day, or depends on how your cage is. If it holds humidity, then great. If it doesn't, like mine doesn't, it does not hold humidity worth shit. So I spray it a couple times a week. Um, when it comes to feeding, always tongue feed, or if you trust your animal enough, or if you just don't care about getting bit, you can try hand feeding. I recommend using tongues for a couple months, get them used to tongues, and then what you can do is you can get smaller tongues. I don't have them on me right now, but they're in the other room. You use smaller tongues, and once he gets used to eating off small tongues, start using your hands, and that helps with taming them. Um, you know, they eat. They're strictly carnivores. They don't eat veggies. They don't eat fruit. You can give them eggs, egg whites. I was told that you can't really feed them yolks too much because it's high cholesterol. So that's like a treat every now and then. I'm feeding him fuzzy rats. Believe it or not, he'll eat two of them. They say pinky rats, pinky mice, fuzzy mice. Um, you know, about as wide as his head is what he can handle. So you can see, it's pretty good size. Got a pretty good head. So I feed him. I feed him well. I feed him every single day. Well, I try to. Sometimes he doesn't eat. That's usually if he ate rodents before. So when I feed him rats, he typically doesn't eat the next day because he's still full. It takes a lot longer for him to break those down. So when you get one of these, expect that to happen. Expect to get bit. Expect to get whipped. It's just gonna happen. When they get big, you're looking at adult rats, large rats, pre-killed rats. It's more humane for the rat and then safer for your lizard. Chickens, baby chicks. Feed them poultry. They love poultry. They love meat. Ground turkey. Stuff like that. You can still feed them eggs. And when they're older, you know, they eat mainly rodents, mainly mammals. At this age, you're looking at crickets, Dubai roaches, eggs, do ground turkey. Um, and they say once a week feed them a rat or a mouse, whatever, of this size. Like I said, fuzzy mice, fuzzy rats, pinky rats. Once a week, I feed him 2 rats a week. Um, so that's what I want to tell people is just keep that in mind when you want to get one of these. I'll be right back. I'll show you what he eats. So right here, we got some pinky rats, a couple days old. He'll eat three to four of those. And we got some fuzzy rats, pretty good size, about as long as my thumb. He'll eat 2 of these. Um, 2 of these a week. I breed my own rats, so it's a little easier. But this is the kind of stuff you're looking at feeding once a week. Other than that, eggs, Dubai roaches, and crickets works great. Calcium powder, put it on top of everything. Even if you think you've had enough, put it on top of everything. A lot of lizards have a calcium deficiency if they're not properly fed with it. So, I hope this video helps for whoever wants to get a Nile Monitor. Keep in mind they can be very expensive, very hostile. But they're really cool looking animals. Thanks for watching, guys.